Traders from around the world, what's going on? It's me, Jeremy Alexander Newsome with RealLifeTrading.com. Hope we're doing absolutely fantastic. We got ourselves the SPY today, and what I will say right up front, there's some very, very interesting things going on in the market right now, and I'm putting in a lot of time, a lot of hours over the next few days to really try to determine exactly where we might slow down. There's a lot of volume coming in at an all-time high area. So the last 4 days have seen some incredible volume. And yes, even though there are some news stories with the tax reform and Mr. Flynn and some stuff going on that is causing some of that volume to come in, the location couldn't be at a more interesting time because we're just very, very high. And when volume like this comes in at an extremely high spot, there's often times where you get cause for a little bit of a pausing location. Now, of course, if you get some good volume like this on a pullback, that's one thing. But if you get really, really good volume after moving incredibly high, you're likely going to get some pullbacks at some point. So by the end of December, there's a very good chance I'll probably be almost in all cash as it relates to equities. 267.47 is going to be a big target for the SPY for sure. I thought we'd hit that in 2018, but this is one of the most bullish markets I have ever seen. So buy the dip is still working. Here's the Qs, giant lower shadow on the Qs. Trend is, again, looking pretty strong. A lot of traders looking at SQ right now. SQ, which is square, working on and getting very close to bouncing off of the 50 today. So the 50 EMA doing its thing. As far as day trading goes, I didn't have the best day trading day. Lost 2 trades, of which I could have won on, and I just kind of played them poorly. JD.com. Hi, I'm JD with JD.com. Played this one, wanted to get out it early and just didn't. Here's the 5-minute chart. Let me turn off the moving averages, turn off the exponential moving averages. So I got in bearish on JD.com with a retest right about here, and I was very close to exiting right there because I just saw some volume come in right there. It was kind of bullish. I was watching BABA, watching a few other stocks that was related to tech, and they were kind of bouncing. I was like, let me get out, but I didn't because that was an intuitional exit, and there was no real technical sign that said I needed to exit yet. So I ended up getting out here for about a half an hour. Now, let me tell you the bad news. So the bad news bears, I played Blue Apron bullish today. That's not the bad news because I think Blue Apron does end up going higher. The bad news is, here is the daily chart, and here's the 20 EMA. So the 20 EMA was absolutely a target. By the way, hashtag, keep an eye on this trade. Good volume, good bullish gap. I don't think they, and I say they in air quotes, probably being FINRA or the SEC or the New York Stock Exchange, they're not going to just let this IPO open and just go to zero in just a couple of 6, 7, 8 months. I don't think it's going to happen. So new CEO steps in on Blue Apron. You got a good volume, good bullish gap and go, trade to the 20. We did take this trade as a day trade, and my good buddy Robert Falco from Boise, Idaho outplayed me on this one very nicely. But our entry was right here. Our stop was right here, and I should have exited right there for 0.8 R. Had I got out there for 0.8 R, I lost 0.5 R on JD.com. Would have been up on the day 0.3 R. My target I just didn't exit there. My target was a little bit higher, and I also at that point forgot about the tax reform, Senate vote, yada, yada, yada. Just held on, got stopped out right about there. I did end up moving my stop, but it got stopped out for about 0.7 R loss. So instead of what could have been a 0.3 R day, kind of at best case scenario, but really if I exited JD.com the way I wanted to, this would have been gone. And that would have been about a 1 R day overall. I would have made on the trade. So I had a 1 R day, actually had a negative 1.2 R day. So that's an entire 2 R swing. And you got to look back at some of those and say, what could I have done better? And usually when I'm in a hole like that, which I am right now, the good thing is it's at the very beginning of the month. Plenty of time to battle back. But from here, what I will do is if I am profitable on a small trade and I'm up 0.8 R and I see a target or I see a reversal pattern or I see some volume or a candle or a resistance or anything else I don't like, I'm just going to take that profit, take my 0.8 R, move on, cut my losses down to negative 0.4 R, and just slowly chip away from there. I can guarantee you, though, I will be profitable at the end of December. Always am, always will be. That's Trading 101. Let's look at some stocks that were requested. Pull them up over here on another stock. And this is from my good buddy Nikhil over there in Chicago, Illinois. Ticker symbol NAV, Navistar. Here's the daily chart. And actually, let me pull up the weekly chart. Because the weekly charts, what we're doing right now is we are retesting. So Navistar, just keeping zooming out here. You got a nice old resistance, new support right about here. And what we have done is we've posted a very nice 1, 2, 3, and inside that 1, 2, 3, you actually got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is very nice. You got an ABC correction, and then part of that ABC correction, you got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what I'm thinking. And then from there, on top of that, you got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the wave count looks good. Good pullback, good retest on NAV. I'm not in any position on this one, but if I was, NAV is going bullish to neutral. Looks like it had a good breakout. Looks like it's pulling back, and I will be keeping an eye out for a short-term bounce on NAV. Next on the list is a stock that a few people requested, and this was a very fun stock to day trade today. I'm sure all of you know how to day trade this particular stock. White candle gapping up. This is MARA. This is a stock that's been moving very quickly and fiercely the last few days. But white candle gapping up. This is a retest gap, meaning you would have hopped in here to the 5-minute chart. You would have pulled up your 10 exponential moving average, and you would have seen this thing pull right back into the 10. Look at that beauty. White candle gapping up. These are the people from yesterday selling. Right? This is the interaction with the 10 EMA. That's the bounce, which is good for an R, R&a on MARA. Very nice stuff. And then, of course, Riot, RIOT, was the other one that a lot of people have been looking at. And this one also very similar to MARA. White candle, gapping up, good retest. Here's the 5-minute chart. And you got a few opportunities to play this one. I was very, very close to getting in bullish there with a stop there. But I had already lost twice on the day. Or either I already lost once and I was in Blue Apron. Whatever the thing was, I just wanted to mitigate my risk, so I did not take that trade, but it would have worked out for about a half an hour maybe. But again, nice retest gap, pulled into the 10, and very, very good bounce. So overall, nice moves in that sector. Let's hop over here to Apple. AAPL. Apple ending with an inside day candle. My buddy Victor looking for a 155 put sale for December. Still looks like a pennant pattern here on the weekly chart, and at some point I would imagine that Apple slowly continues to break out higher. Here's Alibaba, BABA, and BABA. Here's the daily chart on BABA. A little bit of a bearish candle. My drawing on BABA kind of indicates and stipulates that we might actually trade a little bit lower, chop around, and then eventually go higher. I kind of think that's the case. It's going to take some time, do its thing, but Niels, you got a put sale down here at 162.50. Congrats. That one will expire worthless. I did have a put sale, and a few other traders had a put sale on Momo, and certainly going to get put some shares of Momo. So you guys will be keeping an eye on this one with me, watching me play this one probably with a collar Monday. Getting into a protective put, getting into a covered call, keeping an eye on this one, seeing if it's going to bounce. It may or may not. It actually had pretty good earnings, but Momo is tanking. So I do want to get into some protective puts. My put is going to be at 20 for January, and my covered call will be 35 for April. I think that's the collar that I'm going to get into on Momo, but I'm sure this will not be the last time you see me pull this one up. And of course, Foot Locker, ticker symbol FL, few traders in this one. This is an official swing trade setup. Yesterday, we missed the entry by a penny. I decided to leave it open. We got triggered in by 4 pennies today on Foot Locker. Equifax, ticker symbol EFX, we're in bullish on Equifax. Up very small in the trade, but I do like that retest. Keep your eyes on Equifax. And then 3D printing, we're also in bullish on 3D printing. That was Mr. Squiggle's artwork right there, and I'm hoping this particular stock bounces. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for my Friday real-life stock review. Here in about 22 minutes, I'm going to hop into the afternoon room. I'm going to do Finance Friday, and then this weekend is going to be upon us. Look forward to seeing each and every one of you at some point. Just crush this market. You're amazing people. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, remember, love life, live life, and create it.